Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Ras Tafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice. Ras Tafari.
Today's episode, we're going to talk about Ras Tafari and reggae music. Today is February 1st, the start of Reggae Month in Jamaica. A lot of preparations are happening. Today is also the first month of Black History, which we can also put the rise of reggae in the Black History category because it's one of the musics that has been tied to Black liberation and creating a positive identity around the world, reggae music, as it relates to the work of Rastafari creatives, and it's really inseparable. Now, let me just be clear, not all Rastafari engage in reggae, and we need a reggae label right now. You know, we all know about VP as being one of the main record labels that artists will go to. And record labels do two things. They provide marketing support. They provide basically a loan to allow you to produce the record, get the product done. And they have that sales aspect that they give. So we need a Rastafari label. I've been reasoning with brethren and sisters. We had labels like Orthodox Music within the 12 Tribe of Israel that could have been monster reggae label, because remember 12 Tribe of Israel at one time had Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Freddie McGregor, you know, Judy Mowat, Rita Martin, I mean Jacob Miller, hits after hits, you know. So Orthodox Music, I think, is the closest that we've come, and Orthodox Music still exists, still can rise. One of the things that I don't believe in is reinventing the wheel. So, all right, number 3, we have to have a Rastafari music licensing and publishing collective. So, you know, we have big companies like Universal, like Warner Chappell, like Sony, you know, that own these massive catalogs. We have to have our own publishing collective where we administrate the copyrights for all of these different Rastafari catalogs, and that we are, you know, going after infringement. We're licensing the music for film and television. Those who know about the music industry know a lot of the income and the revenue generated, particularly now in the new music industry, is done through the publishing. And the people who own the publishing works are the people who are benefiting tremendously. So we have to have a publishing and licensing collective. One of the things that you will hear from any festival promoter is sponsorship is key. And one of the things I want to do with the Lion Voice Network is to sponsor festivals and Rastafari-centric events once we become economically viable. And that's why the Lion Pride on Patreon, all of these things are so important, because once we have a properly funded media apparatus, then we can go in and sponsor festivals. In exchange, we get the content that we can show to our audience who is Rastafari that would love to see these things, exclusive interviews, all of these things come with that. So it makes sense for a media operation.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Yeah.
Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Tell the people about embrace many. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, well, to the coming while we stand tall, I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, cause they see the city streets them flood, but when the hurricane blow down their wall, I'll be by your side and me nah budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurry.
What do you have to tell the people about Ras Tafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. I left himself. Where's rightful ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hear them high, hear the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them comes without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill the lion will come conquer Judah tribe.
Cool.
Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion's Voice, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. Welcome, family. If this is your first time joining us, you have joined fastest growing Rastafari platform on the planet. Today's episode, we're going to talk about Rastafari and reggae music. Today is February 1st, the start of Reggae Month in Jamaica. A lot of preparations are happening. Today is also the first month of Black History, which we can also put the rise of reggae in the Black History category, because it's one of the musics that has been tied to Black liberation and creating a positive identity around the world, reggae music, as it relates to the work of Rastafari creatives, and it's really inseparable. Now, let me just be clear, not all Rastafari engage in reggae. So the Bobo Shanti, for example, Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, don't deal with reggae. They are strictly Nyabingi chanting. Also, many aspects of the Nyabingi order, Theocracy Reign order, the Nyabingi do not deal with no form of reggae. Famously, we have elders like Bongo Watto, Rasbona G's that, forbid any type of reggae in association with the Naya Bingio. So I want to be very clear that when we're talking about reggae, this is not universal to Rastafari, and many of the churchical aspects of Rastafari don't deal with no form of reggae. So let me just put out that disclaimer. We start there. But today's episode, we're going to talk about reggae music as it relates to Rastafari, and I'm going to approach the subject a little bit different. I'm going to give 5 things that need to be done, 5 actions that need to be taken so that Rastafari can control, own its own reggae ecosystem. We want a sovereign reggae ecosystem. I always say that if we look at Rastafari as a nation, one of our main exports would be our musical output. So right now we're not just talking about things to talk about them. Right now we're setting frameworks, and I think that's one of the roles of Rastafari independent non-aligned media, is to frame the true conversation around these topics. And so I'm going to give 5 actions that we need to take as Rastafari people to control our own Rastafari reggae ecosystem, because I take the position that we need to separate completely from mainstream, trying to go that mainstream music route and to engage with them. I think we need to take everything offline and create our own. Now, individual artists who are independent or want to sign a record label, that's, everyone have to make that decision. But I'm talking about as a whole, meaning that majority, we need to come together to control our own musical destiny, so that the proceeds from the reggae music, this beautiful music that we're singing, goes into building the institutions in the community, the hospitals, the healthcare center, the schools, the all of the different things that we need as Rastafari that we have yet to build, but that falls on the shoulders of my generation, which are the mature adults within the movement. And for those who are just joining us, we break down the movement into different age brackets. So we have the youths, which are 0 to 20. Then we have 20 to 40, which are the young adults. And then we have 40 to 60, which are the mature adults. Then we have 60 to 80, which are the elders of the movement. And then we have 80 plus ancient of days. Now, all of us are, have a certain level of anciency, but when I talk, this is the framework that I use. So the adults are the ones in my estimation, in I estimation, who are responsible for shouldering the work and moving the movement forward. So this is everything I'm talking about really rests on the shoulders of I generation, and I think I've been uniquely called to play a role, and that's why I'm using this episode to frame the reasoning and vision, and we're going to revisit this reasoning in 10 years and see where we reach, how much of this we implement, what, because I think this is the model for the continent specifically. I think it don't make sense to fight over the infrastructure in the West. We take too much capital, and I think it's too far gone. We have a continent rising, and there's where the opportunity lie, the audience, physical possibilities in terms of touring infrastructure, these things. I think festivals, I think all of that potential is on the continent for us to really dig in. So that's what we're going to talk about today, Rastafari and reggae music. And let me, for those who are just joining us, or for those who have not been a part of the Lion Pride or the Lion Voice Network for long, let me just let you know who I am. I am an entertainment creative industry attorney. Worked with many independent artists. I've worked with record labels. I've worked with sound systems. I've worked with all different facets of the industry. I'm also one of the original founders of the Jamaica Music Conference, which was the longest running music conference, and I'll touch on that as well. We're going to be bringing forward the Jamaica Music Conference as well, but within a different aspect. So, I have interacted with all facets of Jamaica's music industry. So when I talk, I'm not just talking as a sideline person. I'm also an artist, you know what I mean? I perform on festival stages and also, in clubs and different things. Since high school, I've been an artist. I perform at Jamaica Music Conference as well. We had our own events and so forth. So, always looking at this from multiple angles. So I want to just make it clear, I am uniquely positioned to have this conversation. And during the month of February, on the Lion Voice Network, we're going to be looking at this Reggae Month, and we're going to be bringing forward some guests that fit with the theme. Ras Tafari creatives involved with the music industry. We're going to be talking about the music industry. We're going to be examining our role and our place within the music industry. I'm going to be interviewing some artists, some names that you know too, this month. So if you're not subscribed, we have 50,000. We've broken the milestone of over 50,000 people viewing the content. We're only at 25,000 subscribers. So majority of the people who are watching are not subscribed. Just click the subscribe button. It don't cost you anything. Lock in. We are having the conversation here in a way that no other platform can have. So stay tuned. We are going to go deep. Now, before I jump into the topic, let me take time to big up the Lion Pride. We just crossed 25,000 subscribers. And I have to big up, and also let me just say, forgive the audio quality. I am here researching a new microphone system, and while I've been researching it, like my current microphone system, find out send me a plan to replace them, and they went on strike, so the microphone's not working, so we're going straight without any microphone, but we'll fix that shortly with the help of the Lion Pride. And hold on a second, if you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Again, we're over 25,000 strong. If you've been here from early, you have known that we've been consistently pushing, and we're now starting to see the fruits of our labor. So big up all of the Lion Pride, and big up the economic engine for the platform, the Lion Pride, on Patreon. We're currently doing our 100 Lion Pride Strong. For all of those who join us at the $10 and up tier, we are offering creative consultation without any additional cost. So you can get your assistance in building your creative ecosystem. I don't want to be alone as we rise. And I just want to let the item know we will hit over 100,000 subscribers. We will hit 1 million subscribers. All of those milestones are to come, but it starts with starting. You have to start to be on this journey, and you have to be consistent to be on this journey. So I don't sell dreams and I don't sell illusion. What I will do is to help give you a direction and a framework which to build your ecosystem, and your ecosystem not going to look like the Lion Voice Network. This is unique to I. Everyone have their unique spin and their lane. So one of the things that most people need help with is just to kind of identify what their niche is, because a lot of people say, I'm going to make content for everyone. To I, that's a red flag. You can't please everyone, so you have to find your niche, and this is what we can do with the consultations help, because the niche now impacts how you brand, how you everything. And we're going to talk about marketing, all of these things this month. We're going to be talking about the business of content creation, reggae, everything. So again, stay tuned. Big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. We are 26 strong, looking for 100 people by April 1st. This offer of the consultation will last until April 1st. After that, we'll assess where we are and decide if we do an extension or we do another kind of offer. But this is what is there. So we're building our team. If you want to join our team and have I as one of your resources, then this is a perfect opportunity. And for the young people who are content creators, who are artists, anything that you're doing, any product or service you're selling, having I as a teammate is a huge plus. Big up all of the Lion Pride on Patreon who've already taken up the offer. They are already seeing the results. One of the participants, Akashic Music Group, said he's seen his subscribers grow over 200 after our first meeting, and I know that's a lot more since he sent me that email to share how happy he was. So we're moving. Just know that I'm big up all of the ones I've met with already. Where the process has started with those who are already a part of the Patreon, and we're building together. And you're going to be seeing these ones because we're going to report on the progress. That 100 strong, you're going to get to know many of them, if not all of them, on this platform. Because we'll take time over time and interview them and see how they're doing. Because the idea is, again, I want to be able to feature on their platforms, they feature on this platform. It creates a network. That means we can never go down, because it's not just one platform that's holding up what we're doing here. It's 100 strong. That's the whole concept. And if you look at all of the top content creators right now, or most of them, you'll see that they're building community. That's where it's at right now in the content creation game. It's moving from these unipolar, massive conglomerates to independent creators forming community to sustain and collective security a favorite thing. So join the 100 Lion Pride strong, make we work. All right, big up the Ubuntu Lion Pride. If you give a contribution to the platform of over 70 US dollars, you become part of the Ubuntu. It's a one-time contribution, and it's an excellent way get your name out there. Big up Carib Life Media, our latest edition, and we are moving and we are growing. You can do Zelle, Cash App if you are here, and you become part of the Ubuntu Lion Pride. You don't want to do the monthly subscription, that's fine. You can still support the platform. And if you don't have $1 to give to the platform, then you can become part of the Action Lion Pride. This is the largest part of our movement. They like, they share, they subscribe, they spread the word, watch this. And trust me, I can see in the analytics how many shares, and I am so impressed by the work that the item are doing quietly, pushing this movement. So big up the Action Lion Pride. And when you're part of the Action Lion Pride and you comment, just let us know where you're commenting from, so the other, not even so much for even though I love it, but for the other commenters around, the other people watching the videos, they can see. We spread out around the world. This is a global movement, and that's what I love about it. Ras Tafari, independent, non-aligned media, unapologetically Ras Tafari, Pan-African content. I'm showing the world that we love ourselves, you know what I mean? I'm reminding us of how great we are to us. So that's my niche, is Rastafari, Pan-African family. Alright, and big up the watch and peep, you know what I mean? The watchers growing, as I said, over 50,000 watchers. You know what I mean? Of the 25,000, we have Woolipa watchers, people who watch, never comment. Big up all of the watchers, them. Big up the peepers, you know what I mean? The people who come with bad intention, just a peep on people. See if we pop down, see if we make a mistake, carrying news about the guests, different things the peepers are do. We pray for them, you know, that they heal. And, you know, I have the faith that many of those peepers will switch to just becoming watchers, and then from watchers becoming part of the Action Lion Pride, and maybe even working their way to becoming part of our Lion Pride on Patreon or Ubuntu Lion Pride. I believe in the power of faith, and I believe the positivity can heal. And it's evidence, because if you look at the comment section of the Lion Pride, very respectful, and I want to big up all of those who are commenting. We had Winifred Jengo, brethren, who was talking about the Kemet. I looked down in the comment section, we see a whole debate going on there, and it was very respectful, you know. Right, Rastafari brethren and, you know, others, and it was a very respectful reasoning, and that and whole heap of information, knowledge being shared. That is what we want to cultivate here on the Lion Voice. We can disagree, but we can be agreeable while we disagree, you know what I mean? I'm not going to agree with everyone not going to disagree with I. This is not a yes man factory, but we can, you know what I mean, do it in a manner befitting of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First. And unity does not mean uniformity. That is the chant. Unity does not mean uniformity, and in fact, uniformity across the entire nation is a weakness, because you don't have different thoughts, different ways to approach conflict solution and these things. So I don't want to agree with everyone, but I want us to work together to achieve those same goals. So big up all of the Lion Pride. Without the item, we're not going anywhere. Big up Ross Lidge, Ramia King Design. We're still offering free copy of Haile Selassie's Ethiopia to anyone who can send a picture of them with Ramia King Design tumbler. I want my sponsors to get that support, so let us know. We also do have books here to sign. So if you go to the website, you want a signed copy of Haile Selassie's Ethiopia, these will be collector's edition. You can order a signed copy. We have books in stock now, so you can order your signed copy of Haile Selassie's Ethiopia for your collection. And big up the brethren who just ordered this copy. It should reach the eye shortly. Alright, so housekeeping out of the way. Let us get into the topic, which is Rastafari Reggae. 5 actions we need to take in order to ensure that we control our reggae music, and that the music that we sing about of liberation, that some of those proceeds actually go into the community. And these 5 actions, let me just set the framework. So this goes without saying that one of the most important aspects of this is having a robust Rastafari independent non-aligned media system. And this is why, as a creative industry attorney, as a music industry executive, as an artist, I jumped into the media space, because I understand everything you're doing, don't matter if the audience is not there to receive what you're doing. And this is where a lot of us pop down too, because you create all this music and then you still, when it's time to do your press run, have to go through the mainstream. And if we think that's not impacting the message and the quality of the music, you know, having to cater to that mainstream audience or trying to cater to that mainstream artist, then we are fooling ourselves. And this is why you hear I not just talk about myself, but always try to uplift the other Rastafari independent non-aligned media platforms out there, because my vision is to have artists be able to do a press run completely with Rastafari media and be able to reach 1 million plus people or 2 million or whatever, how many people just within our ecosystem. Also, I forgot to mention that I am also the convener and a founding member of the Association of Rastafari Creatives. So again, I'm very uniquely positioned to have this true conversation about Rastafari and reggae and establishing our own. And I look at this as part of I&I ministry in terms of service to the Most High, as being a part of the change that we want to see. So again, it goes without saying, so I'm not going to mention that as one of the actions, but it goes without saying Rastafari independent non-aligned media is a key in all of this. And again, this is why as an actionist, I have taken action to build a platform that when this is built out, the Lion Voice Network, it will be unprecedented in terms of the history of the movement. It's already making waves, but to I, it's a baby. You know, some people have it as this massive platform, and yes, we are monetized on YouTube and generating revenue on YouTube, however small. However, my vision, this is just, we're in the first phase, just steadily growth and building awareness about the platform. We don't reach nowhere yet. That's why you see I speak how I speak, but this is going to continue to grow and to escalate. So let us get into the topic, and we're going to again talk about 5 things or 5 actions. So let us get forward into the topic, and we're going to talk about 5 things that we need to do to have Rastafari reggae infrastructure. And all of these are possible, but they will take money, they'll take capital, and that's why, you know, we're building economic base, agriculture based on agriculture, ITAL standard, these things that I'll also be reasoning with the family about that we're working on. But these are things that have to be done and will be done through the powers of His Imperial Majesty. So, number 1 thing that we need to do is establish Rastafari own music label and distribution network. And so this is a music label, and in the modern sense, this is a digital distributor. So right now we have Zojak, we have 1 RPM, we have Tough Gang, we have Happy Los, and there are a few others, DistroKid, people use as digital distributors. You can use CD Baby, TuneCore also as digital distributors. We need our own, and we need a reggae label right now. We all know about VP as being one of the main record labels that artists will go to. And record labels do 2 things. They provide marketing support, they provide basically a loan to allow you to produce the record, get the product done, and they have that sales aspect that they give. So we need a Rastafari label. I've been reasoning with brethren and sisters. We had labels like Orthodox Music within the 12 Tribe of Israel that could have been a monster reggae label, because remember, 12 Tribe of Israel at one time had Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Freddie McGregor, Judy Mowat, Rita Mark, Jacob Miller, hits after hits, so Orthodox Music I think is the closest that we've come. And Orthodox music is still exists, still can rise. One of the things that I don't believe in is reinventing the wheel. So if there's a chance that that could rise again, that could be the label, or a new label could rise. You know, it's not for I to rise all of these things by myself. I'm just pointing out what is necessary. I would advise, you know, I would happily advise these entities that rise, or ones, you know, because ones, that's another thing. You have to have ones who are passionate about each of these things to drive them, because it's a lot of work, you know what I mean? Before I started the Jamaica Music Conference, I started a publishing company with one of my colleagues from law school called Mighty Mazizi Music. We were going to the Independent Publishers Association meetings in New York City. We were, you know, trying to sign artist catalogs. We were going through the whole things. We worked with Ja Life up in New York, who has an extensive catalog of music. And trust me, it's not no easy something for do any of these things that I'm saying. So I'm not selling dreams here, but I'm just identifying again, framing the conversation. We have Rasses who are passionate about these things, so I'm hoping, and I know some of them, I'm hoping that they will watch this and say yes, true, you know. But the capital to do these things, and we're working again on building an economic base. When we get the economic base together, these are the things that we have to invest in, so that we can build these institutions, a proper record label, a proper distribution system for our music. I'm not talking about a one-man show. I'm talking about with staff, with processes that are up to date with where we are in the modern music industry, and we can have a whole reasoning about what a modern record label looks like, what a modern digital distribution looks like. And for both, it comes down to the marketing and sales. And we're going to be doing a lot of work on this platform around marketing and sales. All right, number 2, create a Rastafari focused streaming platform. Right now, streaming around the thing, we need our own platform. It looked daunting because you see Spotify, you see all of these big platforms, streaming platform. I know it look daunting, but we still have to start our own. Remember, Africa have 1.5 billion people, and most of them are youth. So that population explosion is going to continue to explode. So we're still early. We can do it, but again, these things take a lot of capital, infrastructure to build. So in the meantime, I'm not saying we don't use the existing infrastructure, but this is how we need to be thinking as we are working together to rise. That this is not just like, for example, I am building a Rastafari independent non-aligned media. I'm on YouTube. We don't own YouTube, but YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet, so not being on YouTube don't make no sense, particularly when the cost of entry is 0. So I'm not saying in outlining these points that we don't use the existing infrastructure, but I'm saying that this is how we have to think. We can't be thinking like employees or like people who are just developing the raw materials for others to benefit from. And as the mature adults, we have to put out these sounds to ourselves, so that we know what are we working toward, what does the end game look like, or what does the final product of a Rastafari reggae infrastructure look like. And we have to have our own streaming service. All right, number 3, we have to have a Rastafari music licensing and publishing collective. So, we have big companies like Universal, like Warner Chappell, like Sony, you know, that own these massive catalogs. We have to have our own publishing collective where we administrate the copyrights for all of these different Rastafari catalogs, and that we are, you know, going after infringement. We're licensing the music for film and television. Those who know about the music industry know a lot of the income and the revenue generated, particularly now in the new music industry, is done through the publishing. And the people who own the publishing works are the people who are benefiting tremendously. So we have to have a publishing and licensing collective, a Rastafari own. So it's not just for run out on a stage and sing music, family. There's a lot that goes into ensuring that we control the music that we love and we put out. Alright, number 4, we have to invest in Rastafari music education and training programs. We have to build our own Edna Manley Institute, our own Juilliard, you know, which is a performance arts high school famous in New York City. We have to build our own creative industry, institutions to train our young Rastafari artists about the music business and about the culture and why it's important to preserve the culture. You know, what a Rastafari artist should look like. I'm seeing a whole heap of Rastafari artists rising up now full of tattoo, earrings and all kind of something there. And nobody never take these young youths and say, listen, you know what I mean? This is how you feel carry yourself as a Rastafari artist. They're just looking at what's popular in the wider society and they're modeling that. So unless we have these things where we can identify that talent from them, a baby from the thing, and we instill that pride, your goodie is your temple. You don't need graffiti on your temple, my youth, this, that, and you know what I mean? We preserve the anciency of the levity through education. You know what I mean? We're training our bass player, our keyboard player, our this and that. One of the things I rate Edna Manley is that they train all of these musicians, you know, most of the touring bands, full of Edna Manley students, you know, when the reggae revival was at its peak and you had, you know, multiple bands touring at one time. These were mostly Edna Manley students, so, you know what I mean, we need our own training facility that's training Rastafari musicians and introducing music in the school. And music helps with all of the subjects, you know, when students are introduced to music early. So we can create a groundbreaking educational curriculum that emphasizes the creative industry, but is also Rastafari centric. They're learning about Kadamawi, Haile Selassie, Empress Menen. They're learning about the Nile Valley civilizations. They're learning about West Africa. They're learning about all, you know, the different relevant points. Leonard Howell, Dunkley, Charles Hibbert, you know, I mean Joseph Hibbert, sorry. All of the relevant ones, them, you know what I mean? So that is what we want to see, and that is what we want. Number 5, organize and promote music festivals and events. Rastafari, big up Tony Rebel, who's holding Rebel Salute, you know what I mean, as an authentic expression of Rastafari reggae music. I have to big him up. I'm going to try to get him on this platform so we can hear from him. But that is something that is needed, and one of the things that you will hear from any festival promoter is sponsorship is key. And one of the things I want to do with the Lion Voice Network is to sponsor festivals and Rastafari centric events once we become economically viable. And that's why the Lion Pride on Patreon, all of these things are so important, because once we have a properly funded media apparatus, then we can go in and sponsor festivals. In exchange, we get the content that we can show to our audience who is Rastafari that would love to see these things, exclusive interviews, all of these things come with that. So it makes sense for media operation. Now, Tony Rebel Salute, you know, all of the Rastafari. We used to have a few Rastafari festivals, you know, that used to be in Jamaica. But again, the sponsorship, because mainstream, they don't have a use for Rastafari content, or they don't want to show that to their people. So it's very difficult for Rastafari events to find sponsorship, because we don't go Hennessy, we don't go Ray and Nephew, and most of the entertainment events are sponsored by alcohol companies, you know. So if we don't have entities like the Lion Voice that are economically strong, then we can't fund our events. So this is why you hear me talking about circulating the Rastafari dollar, and why it's so important for us to support this platform, so that we can you know, have this ecosystem. So that is 5 actions that need to be taken for Rastafari to have our own sovereign music industry, so we can benefit. You know, we're singing about Zion and Africa, repatriation, one bag of something, and not one preschool, primary school, health center no bill for with creative work. And I'm not saying the artists are not doing philanthropic work. They are doing a lot of philanthropy. Big them up individually. A lot of Rastafari artists have given to causes. So I'm not saying that, but there's nothing collectively being done. There's no centralized movement that makes sure that this reggae music that has spread Rastafari to the 4 corners of the earth is actually building Rastafari infrastructure. So, how do you feel? Did I talk sense? Was it nonsense? Let us have the reasoning down in the comment section. 5 things have been shared in terms of building our own Rastafari reggae ecosystem. Is it even worth the fight? Should we leave reggae alone and just focus upon the Ayabingi? Or should we control the music that has been the primary PR of the Rastafari movement, that has spread it into every village, every place, that has sparked billions of dollars in tourism, that has created a positive impression of Rastafari in the minds of the majority of the peoples of the world? Should we have our stake in this music? I think the answer is yes, and I have given 5 things. What are 5 things, or what are some things that you think we should be doing? What are actions that are taken? And if you're part of the Lion Pride, that means you're an actionist. And actionists mean we take action. You can be active, you know, an activist. But active doing what? When you take action, that means you have a goal in mind and you're taking action to fulfill the goal. So all of my actionists, what actions do we need to take to control this thing called Rastafari reggae? Let us know down in the comments. We are here 25,000 strong, and we're going for 100 Lion Pride strong in the Patreon. Join us as we build a team, as we shake the earth with this historical movement. We will not stop. Rastafari independent non-aligned media is here. Why? Because the time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Lion Voice.
Yeah, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Tell the people about embrace many. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, well, through the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love, and even when the people start war, 'cause they see the upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start mal, but they see their city streets them flood, when the hurricane blow down our wall, I'll be by your side and me now but think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your light was a lifeline. I think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. They say hurt people, maybe that's why Babylon them so evil. Maybe Babylon abused as a child. That's why them no like the light when you smile. That's why them no like how your body curve. The way how you dance get on Babylon nerve. Them no know how the Almighty you serve. Want to be a queen, so a king you deserve. And I'll be by your side when things get worse. When the city flood cause the dam just burst. When you can depend on no state or church. Firm like a man in an highly Selassie first.